Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another podcast. Now, this is episode number 3. I did want to do this weekly, but I missed last week due to San Diego Comic Con. But we're back in full effect. And speaking of San Diego Comic Con, that's going to be part of the focus of this video, or not this video, but this podcast. I guess video too, because it's up on YouTube. But that's going to be the focus of this, at least for the first half, and then eventually I'll change the topic and get into some other random topics. But so yeah, I did a bunch of videos. If you've been, staying up to date with the channel, I've been doing a bunch of San Diego Comic Con videos last week for obviously San Diego Comic Con, showing off all the new releases, all the new images from the different companies and stuff like that, like I do every year, like I've been doing for probably, I think, about, this is the third, maybe fourth year. No, I want to say maybe third year. But yeah, I do that for Toy Fair, Comic Con, and what other conventions. There we go. Um, come out. I believe there was like a convention in the UK once that I did for Funko or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so I kicked things off with the NECA video. And I got a lot of hate on that video. Um, but I think I got more hate on my Diamond Select video. But we'll start with the NECA video. So to put things in perspective with the NECA video, the night before, right, I had set my alarm for, I believe it was 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. I can't remember, but it was earlier than I'm used to waking up, because I wanted to get up, I wanted to do this video, edit it, whatever, put it out there before, I had to get my day started and get to work. So the night before, at like maybe 1 in the morning or close to 2 in the morning, I think, someone in my apartment building set off the fire alarm, so we all had to evacuate the building. So I didn't get to sleep till about 3 a.m., somewhere around there, 3:30, and woke up at 7 or 8 to do this video. I literally just like woke up, you know, spent like 5 minutes, woke up, went to the bathroom, whatever, and started on the video. So I was pretty tired, and that showed in that video. And I'll admit that showed. I realized once I recorded everything and then listened back to it that I didn't sound, you could tell I sounded tired. Um, but, I wasn't about to re record everything and whatever. So I left it. I went with it. Whatever. Um, I thought I sounded, okay. A lot of people said, I sounded depressed or whatever. I'm boring, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I'll take that. I'll admit that. I didn't think it sounded too bad. I think I started to wake up, halfway through the video, or maybe even 3 minutes into the video. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I still showed off all the pictures. Not all the pictures, but I still showed off, NECA's pictures, NECA's reveals. And, if you weren't happy with the way I sounded, you could just mute the video. That's that. You don't have to get in the comments. And I understand it's the internet. I understand it's YouTube. I understand it's trolls. Or it's not even really trolling. It's just people hating. Like, so angry, and I don't want to get demonetized by cursing or whatever, because YouTube does that now. And I haven't found a way around that. But people were just like, "Oh, you're so freaking boring," and or "You dude, just shut up. I hate your voice," or blah 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 blah. It's like, that's not really necessary, man. If you're not happy, you could just not watch the video. I'm not forcing you to watch my video. You came because you're interested in what the video was about. If you didn't like me talking, just mute it. It's that simple. Um, but you know what? It is what it is. I got a lot of views on that video. I got a lot of thumbs ups on that video. I got more thumbs downs than I usually get, but I have way more thumbs up than thumbs down. So I'm happy with that. Um, and at the end of the day, whether you thumbs the video up or thumbs the video down, it still helps me, even if you thumbs the video down, as long as you're engaging with the video somehow, whether you thumbs it up or thumbs it down, that still helps me. So thumbs down actually don't affect me negatively, other than saying, "Oh, you dislike the video." I get it. It is what it is. Um, oh, and also, I guess this has to do with the NECA video as well as the Diamond Select video. The Diamond Select probably more. Um, but I don't know every single character of every single franchise ever created, especially if I've never seen the franchises. Like, I know Freddy and I know Jason, and I know those horror characters because, they're popular, but I've never actually seen a Nightmare on Elm Street, or what's the other movie that I can't think of right now? Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy, and whatever Jason is, I can't remember the name of his movie. But that's my point. I've never seen the movies. I just never have. I never saw them growing up, and I never sat down to see them now. Maybe one day I will, um, but I just don't know, and it's not my fault. I don't know. Um, who else didn't I know in the NECA video? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know there was a handful of characters or figures or whatever that I didn't know necessarily the character's name or where that specific accessory was from, whatever. And then in the Diamond Select video, I started the video off with Star Trek. Now I didn't know I know the Enterprise. I didn't know if that ship was specifically the Enterprise, so I just said, it's the Star Trek ship that I couldn't remember the name of, and then the two Star Trek characters that I also couldn't remember the name of, but I knew the name of Spock, and I didn't know Captain Kirk's name off the top of my head. Now, once someone told me it was Captain Kirk, I'm like, oh yeah, that's that guy's name. But I'm really not a big Star Trek fan at all. I've never seen Star Trek. I really, other than the name and recognizing like the logo or insignia, and then those two main characters, really, I don't know anything about Star Trek, and it's not my fault. I'm just not into Star Trek. I'm sure there's stuff that I'm into, whether it be like in music or whatever, that you may not know a certain, let's say, a rapper or singer or whatever. I'm into video games. You may not know about a certain video game that I know about, and that's okay. I don't hold that against you. Like, it's no big deal. If you don't know, you don't know. And you could just leave a comment, which a lot of people did, but I had a lot of negative comments where, again, people losing their minds and like cursing, how the freak do you don't know this, or you're an idiot because you don't know the name of whatever whatever. And but then I had the other people that were just like, I guess I could say like cool about it. They were just like, hey, this character is from here and he did this in this movie and this is his name and whatever. It's like, okay, cool, you told me, now I know, and now I'll probably remember that for the next time or whatever. You educated me, thank you. Not you cursed me out and called me an idiot because I didn't know what I was talking about. Like, that, to me, that's ridiculous. Not everybody knows everything about every single thing in the world. You're not an all-knowing wizard, whatever. So, I just feel like it's unnecessary. And I know it's the internet and we're going to deal with it all the time. And normally I really don't care. I mean, and to be honest, I really don't care. Like, it doesn't affect me. I just wanted to address it and I felt like it was a good topic for this video. My Black Series video that I did, a lot of people seem to be okay with that, even though I didn't know. And I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I don't know all the little obscure characters. I've only seen like the main movies. I haven't seen the Clone Wars cartoon, which I need to because I've heard it's really good. And I haven't seen the Rebels cartoon. I watched like the first few episodes when it came out, and it just didn't stick with me, so I didn't keep up with it. And I haven't read all the novels, and if you're a Star Wars fan, there's much more to Star Wars than just the main movies. But for me, the main movies, or just the movies in general, not the main movies, but the Star Wars movies in general, um, that's just what I'm into. And I haven't got into the cartoons, not necessarily because I don't like them, even though Rebels I wasn't really feeling too much at first, but I just never sat down to watch them. Maybe one day I will. Whatever, it is what it is. If I was watching a video and somebody didn't know something, I wouldn't curse them out. It's just crazy that that can affect someone's life so much that they get so angry to the point where they gotta like curse you out about it. That's always blew my mind, that you could let whatever someone else does affect you that much. Um, Now, I can kind of, I guess, understand why people are upset in a way, because people are looking at me like a news reporter, basically. So I'm reporting the news, except I don't know what news I'm reporting. I guess. I just didn't look at myself like a news reporter or anything like that. It's simply for me, San Diego Comic Con was around. There's a bunch of reveals being announced, and there's not many people that do the reveal videos other than, like Pixel Dan or Shartimus Prime, or, whoever is fortunate enough to go to San Diego Comic Con. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people, but I do love toys. I do love seeing this stuff. Even if I don't know exactly what the stuff is, for instance, like the Star Trek figures or some of the NECA horror figures or whatever, even though I don't know much about those figures, as far as like the characters and stuff, I still appreciate anything Diamond Select or NECA puts out just because their work is amazing. So I can appreciate it, and that's why I'm going to showcase it. For instance, I have a bunch of Predators in my collection. I'm not the biggest Predator fan. Honestly, I'm not. I've seen the Predator movies maybe once or twice. I still haven't seen the Alien movies. And I do have a couple aliens in my collection as well. Some of the video game figures from NECA. But that's just because I appreciate NECA's quality and work, so I picked them up, even though I don't necessarily know everything about. I know what Predator is. I know what Alien is. I know the name of the characters and all that, but I don't know the name of every single Predator variant and where they may have came from and whatever. But I have them in my collection just because I appreciate NECA's work, and their figures are awesome. Whether I know about them or not, they look sick. Um, so where was I going with that? I lost my whole train of thought now because I kind of took a detour. Oh yeah, so news anchor or whatever. Um, I'm just showing the pictures, whether I know exactly where it came from or not. It wouldn't make sense for me to just do a video on the stuff specifically that I know, because then if I did that, you guys be watching the video and you'd be like, "Oh, where's this?" or "Where's that? This was revealed. Why didn't you show this?" or "Where's this character?" No, I'm not going to pick and choose. I'm going to show a little bit of everything that each company that I'm doing a video on, NECA, Diamond Select, SH Figure Arts, whatever. I'm going to show a little bit of everything for everyone because I know my viewers, new and returning viewers, um, they're interested in NECA, not specifically the horror figures or specifically the video game figures or whatever. So I'm showing everything for everyone, and even though I don't know exactly everything, I'm here to show it to you. That's it. And I like to talk about it because like my videos I do the voiceovers or whatever talking about the figures, and if I don't know about the figure, I don't know about the figure, but I can still appreciate the figure, and I like to talk to you guys because I can give my opinions on the figure, whether the sculpting or the paint looks good or whatever. I can just give my opinion on it, and I feel like that makes the video a little more engaging, and it does. And I guess whether in a good way or whether in a bad way, because people were engaging in good ways and people were engaging in bad ways by leaving the hate comments on the video. And it is what it is at the end of the day. I know I messed up with my tone of voice on the NECA video. The other videos, that's just my normal voice. I'm not one of these fake YouTubers that likes to act super hype and overreact to stuff just to get views. That's never been me. I am who I am. I'm not gonna fake being who I am or pretend to be someone I'm not. That's just not me. Um, so that's that. I think we're good here, pretty much. Yeah, I think it's time to change the subject for a few minutes, and we can keep this going for another 5 or 10 minutes. We'll see how I'm feeling. If you haven't entered the contest for the Ready Player One digital giveaway, be sure to do that. Check out my last video so you know exactly what I'm talking about, so you can see all the rules and everything you need to do for that. Um, and what else has been going on lately? I set up a bunch of new LEDs. If you haven't seen that video, in my room, I did that. I still have one more box to open, and I still actually have to go pick up some more, which I'll probably do this weekend. Um, but I am hesitant to, as my phone's vibrating and making noise, I am hesitant. What is going on with my phone right now? Whatever. I am hesitant to start setting up new stuff in this room, whether LEDs or new figures I'm picking up. because there's a chance I'm gonna actually have to be tearing the toy room apart in the next coming months here. I'll have a video explaining that, but I may be moving. I may not have the toy room for a little bit. Uh, yeah, the thought of that really sucks. This channel will still go on. I will find ways to reinvent this channel and keep the same content going and maybe try some new things out. We'll see. I don't know. Nothing's set in stone yet, but it's a possibility that may be coming up maybe September ish. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, what pickups have I had recently? So yeah, the Ready Player One. I also picked up a World of Nintendo 8-bit 5-pack that I've been wanting for a while because that 5-pack actually has two figures that I don't already have. The other ones I already had. And you know, the pack was $20. I wasn't gonna pay $20 for two figures that I'm missing and three of them that I already have. But the pack was actually on clearance for $10, and those two figures that I was missing, that's $5 for each figure. That's pretty much what they cost individually, so I went ahead and bought that. I may have a review or unboxing of that, maybe, probably, because that's the only toy pickup I've had. I went to a thrift store today, picked up a LeBron James Cavaliers jersey, like the original jersey from when he was a rookie, so that's pretty cool. I also picked up NBA Live 2K9, which that 2K actually holds a special place in my heart because it's the first 2K game I ever played. I got it with my Xbox 360 as a bundle for Christmas, so I'm happy to have that game. This version I got's actually on the PS3, but it's 2K, so it doesn't really matter what system it's on. I would have preferred it on Xbox, but it is what it is. Um, that stupid Power Ranger shelf that I was talking about a few weeks ago that I had to take apart, and then I put it back up, and then they fell down, and then I put them up again. They've fallen again. That's why I hate that shelf. Or not that shelf, but those figures. It's just some of them don't stand very well. Mainly the legacy figures from the Power Rangers movie, the newest Power Rangers movie. The female figures are always falling over, and the alpha figures always falling over, and then the legacy Ninja Storm figure is always falling over. So those are always the ones knocking everything over, and it sucks. Oh, another recent pickup. I got Resident Evil Revelations. I think I got that last week, maybe, or maybe the week before. It was on clearance at Walmart for $20, so I picked it up. Been playing it. It's my that's actually my first Resident Evil game. I don't know if I spoke about this in the last podcast, but it's my first Resident Evil game that I've ever played. And I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I'm going through it. I think I'm about halfway through the first one. It's Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. I think I'm halfway. I'm on mission 6 or episode 6, and I believe there's 12 of them. So I'm halfway through that. It's a scary game at points. But it's like the anxiety of, you're waiting to get scared that really, I guess, gives the whole effect to the game. But there was one moment in the game scared me so bad. I screamed and almost threw the controller. It was crazy. I had never pressed the pause button so quick in my life. But that's basically what I've been playing, really. It's just Resident Evil Revelations until I beat it. Then I'm trying to jump back into the Kingdom Hearts series. I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 already, and I think, what's next? I think Rechain of Memories is the next one in the timeline. So I'm trying to beat all of those before January, or really before September, because when September comes, there's a bunch of games that I'm getting. Alright, we'll try and hit that 20-minute mark. I got one more minute to go. What else has been going on? I mean, that's really it as far as pickups. It's been slow, especially since Toys R Us closed. Target really hasn't had much. That's where I picked up the Ready Player One Blu-ray, or 4K Blu-ray, I should say. The quality on that was my first 4K Blu-ray. The quality was okay. I didn't really see that big of a difference. To me, it just looked like a regular Blu-ray. It might be better with a movie that's like takes place more in the real world, not so animated, and maybe out in like a jungle or something, just where you can see environments and stuff. But I will be getting more 4K movies. I'm definitely gonna get Infinity War on 4K, so that'll be interesting. I think that comes out next month, actually, the end of August, maybe. I could be wrong, but I think it is. But that's gonna wrap it up for this podcast. The main focus of this podcast was the YouTube comment trolls. And you know, it is what it is. I'm over it. I just wanted to address it, and like I said, it was a good topic for the podcast. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast slash video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. The link is in my description. Click the notification bell so you're up to date anytime I post new content. And yeah, stay tuned for more. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.